But the PlayStation 3 can read these, and then you see this in the real world, but you look at the TV and it's like a magic mirror, and we can create any kind of environment, anything on the book. So you can see we've created the cover to the Book of Spells here. It's got a nice gold embossing on it. To be a wizard, you need a magic wand, which fits perfectly with the move controller, and a spell book, and that fits with Wonderbook. So Russ is going to open the book when he's just started charging that move controller. Any second now. There we go.
Read, select, go, okay.
So you can see the book paints itself in. This is a magic book. Words, pictures and stories come to life in your very living room, in the room around you. You can pull the text out of the book, so we'll just have a look at that. Play with the text.
I'll leave you to it. Sorry, can you grab my bag as well?
You got to speak text.
From everyday uses
here,
such as fire lighting,
we've got text coming out. You actually have a professor who comes with the book, and he takes you through it. He reads the text out to you. He tells you what you need to do. He gives you lots of information.
However,
just here we've got some dragon hide gloves, and they're a collectible in Book of Spells. You have a collectible chapter, and you can collect lots of different objects and creatures and keep them in there. And you can also collect certificates and wizard photos. So we're now going to look at something rather unusual with this book. So a previous Hogwarts student has actually left a bit of a scribble here. It says avoid this dragon. So we'll just have a look at why we should avoid this dragon. Perhaps we shouldn't. So the dragon's escaped from the book and he's set fire to it. We could have, in the previous chapter we've actually learned the water charm called Aguamenti, so we could have used that to put the fire out. But Russ is going to do it with his hands. He has, just try and do it with his hands. Here we go, here we go.
So just take your hands over the page to put out the fire.
And it's actually left all this horrible soot.
Good as
He's going to wipe that off.
Fortunately, your book is protected by powerful enchantments for exactly this reason.
And the book can repair itself against these kind of things. So the next thing we're going to show you is one of the stories from J.K. Rowling. So she's written a lot of the content in the book. This is actually the story about the discovery of Wingardium Leviosa, which is a very famous spell from the world of Harry Potter. It's for levitating.
The levitation charm was invented in 15.
We perhaps won't show you the whole of this story. We'll save a little bit back. But inside this paper, you can see with this, we can augment anything on the book. It's amazing how you can turn the book around and you can see all the different sides and aspects of it.
Failed to do and learned to fly.
So the curtains open, there's all these paper characters. And with these tabs on the side, so you can actually interact with the story and choose different things and get them to do different things as well.
On the 16th of July, 1544.
So there's lots of these different stories within the book. All new content that you can't get anywhere else.
You're ready to learn to cast.
So we're now going to learn the fire-making spell.
Ready? And turn the page to learn it. On this page, you will learn the correct incantation and wand gesture.
So we're going to use Aloe Amora, which is the unlocking charm, to unlock these gates.
Try the unlocking charm we learned in chapter 1.
This is now creating a portal in the book.
Then start.
We can lock down this.
Then let go. That's it. Now just flick your wand sharply down towards the book to cast. Incendio.
So we've learned the incantation, Incendio, the fire-making spell. The next thing to do is to find out how to cast it. You can see on the page there it's a Z shape, and we can pull the text up.
Draw a sharp zigzag shape in the air with your wand. Well done. Now I want you to make the gesture again, this time from memory. Can you remember the shape? That's it. Well done. It's time to practice your new spell some more. Turn the page to move on.
So the next thing is to actually practice the incendio spell. And the Book of Spells can create an environment for us to practice our spells in. All the environments in the Book of Spells are actually created by the book, so you'll see with the text and paper creating the environment, and then it paints itself in. You can see these different creatures flying around on the pages, and they're going to appear in the environment in a moment.
As possible with your spellcasting.
So you can see them coming out of the pages again. Here's that dragon. So now he's got back in there, but he has. And there's the environment being made. So you can see it's made of paper and it paints itself in there.
This place is full of creatures. Paper can be a real
So Russ has just cast Incendio again. He's got fire on the end of his wand that he can flick at the different creatures in this classroom. So you can see there's some creepy crawlies on the floor. He's got to hit them with this fire to get rid of them. Remember, they're all made of paper. They're not real creatures that you're doing this to.
You can get rid of. Solid work. 5 house points.
Hey, mind you, don't set fire to the classroom though, Russ. You'll get told off by the professor.
Remember, this is just bewitched.
Here we've got butterflies. Again, these are made of paper. We wouldn't ask the students to do this to real butterflies.
Certainly showed them 5 house points.
And finally, here's that dragon that set fire to our book. Now's the time to have a bit of revenge. That's it. Already set fire to the book.
That's got it. You've done it. 5 house points.
Well done.
Spectacular.
I think he's done it before.
You earned 15 house points.
And for passing that practice, we get a note from the professor, which is arriving just here. And with the note, we get a wizarding photo of one of our key moments. And this is the classroom painting itself in. So we'll show you another spell now. This is Ingorgio and Reducio, 2 spells that work the opposites of each other. So you can make things bigger or make things smaller.
The same, but upside down. We'll learn the engorgement charm first. Pull up the text with your wand to begin.
So again, the book's creating a pumpkin here for us to practice on.
Keep shrinking. No, I want to be able to fit
right
that
now.
pumpkin in my pocket. Ah, the book's conjured up another pumpkin for you. First, try shrinking that pumpkin smaller than that.
So you can shrink it down.
Oh, that's tiny. Now let me see you use Engorgio to make it massive. Well remembered, Engorgio. Come on, engorge it some more.
Now I can make it bigger with Engorgio.
Heavens, will it go bigger? Yes! Well, I can't. Anyway, improving your engorgement and shrinking skills are obvious. Slow down, you're getting ahead of me.
And now we're going to go through the chapter's test. So within each chapter you learn several spells, and at the end you're put to a test. So you can see there's 4 gestures here, 5 in fact, that you've learned in this chapter. And this is set in the Sphinx's tomb, and he gives you a number of challenges, and you have to work out which spells to use and how to use them to overcome the different challenges.
This chapter's text
Just at the moment, the professor's setting up what you need to do, and then we're going to see the Sphinx is going to appear, and he's going to give us some clues as to how to proceed.
True wizarding greatness. Good luck, tread carefully, and remember, it is never wise to annoy a Sphinx. Goodness, a Sphinx.
So you can see the Sphinx is being created on the book. And this is one of the amazing things with Wonderbook. Like Russ is holding it up, he's got this Sphinx on here. This is in your own environment. So when I showed this to my kids, their eyes were as big as saucers. They just found this absolutely fascinating. And we get this, great reaction from lots of people when they see this.
Terribly dangerous.
Okay, so here's the first of our tasks. This is a guardian of the Sphinx's tomb. And he's covered in creepy crawlies. We have to work out how to get rid of them. And we've created all these birds, and all the creepy crawlies are frightened off by the birds, so know they'll get eaten. So, nice simple task just to get us started.
Look at that. It seems Feathers here just wanted a few friends. I think you passed your first try. This must be trial number 2. It looks like a torch.
Next up we've got a torch bearer, so we have to work out what to do here.
Something about that. Simple solution to
light his torches.
What spell could you use on a torch bearer? Well done. That's the ticket. 3 trials, the Sphinx said. What's next, I wonder?
And here we've got the third of these trials.
Trial number 3.
And a scorpion. So there's a scorpion on one side and a tiny scorpion on the other. The professor's asking you to balance things out, so we've engorged this scorpion. But I think this is actually a bit of a trick, because that scorpion stayed around. Now he's burying himself into the book. He's left a load of sand on the book.
Looks like that monster's escaped for now. Just
get rid of the sand off the book.
He's going back into your book.
So just clean it up, Russ. That's it. That's created a sandstorm.
Hold your breath.
And now we've gone into another environment. So it's quite dark, but we know the incendio spell. We've lit some torches which have lit up the environment.
Light them so we can
See what happens next. Okay, so some scorpions coming in. If we're not careful, I think they might sting us.
Find a way to get rid of them before they get too close.
So we could have used incendio against these guys, but they're pretty smart. They can actually dodge out of the way of the flame. So you see they're on a grate here, and the trick is to actually shrink them down using reducio, and they fall through the gaps in the grate.
Quick! If they get close enough, you're done for. Use a spell.
If we're not careful, he's going to sting us, and that, if he had stung us, then we'd have lost the spell on the end of our wand.
Wait.
So see what happens next. Oh dear, it's that big scorpion that we perhaps shouldn't have enlarged, and he should have attacked us. Pulled us down this big hole.
So black beard. Where are we now?
And he's now come into the environment with us. So we've been in the tomb with him, and he's now come out and he's on the book. And he can attack us. Luckily, we know we can shrink him. That's good. And then now that he's small, we can actually use a bit of fire to him.
A paper scorpion. Don't worry. It was only something.
But we're not out of the woods just yet.
There's the Sphinx again.
We've now gone into the Sphinx's lair.
You have proven that your magic is powerful, but a wizard or witch must master more than jinxes and charms. You must answer 3 questions to prove your worth. Show me your wits and sharp.
He's giving us 3 questions.
And you will receive your
The first question is what to do with this pyramid.
The place is filling with sand. You better answer these puzzles and
We've lit it, and that was the right thing to do. Here's the second one. We've got a mismatch on the size of the pyramid. We need to make it a perfect pyramid. So again, we're reducing one of those pieces. And finally, the Sphinx is going to ask us a final question. And that question is actually, did we use our head or our heart in this chapter? That reveals some of one of the key values that this chapter
Your
has been
one work has been wondrous, but in this test, what
we could pick either our head or our heart. The correct answer was our head. Well done, Russ.
to claim your prize.
It's very good at this. So another sandstorm. And we've successfully passed the test. And for this, we'll get a certificate from the professor, which we can keep in our collectibles chapter. we've also won a conundrum piece, and this is one of the beautiful poems written by J.K. Rowling.
His letter came from Hogwarts, and old Douglas was so pleased. He would have read the whole thing, but a boil needed squeezed. He would have packed his trunk himself, but thought he'd seen it fly, doing loops and backwards flip-flops. Nice tries. He liked them to lessons, yes, but Douglas didn't see why you had to pay attention and not try to jinx your knee. Ridiculous. In a particular kind of way. So why the teachers roared at him, he really couldn't say. It was pay attention, Douglas, every single place he went.